Happy 2021, everyone. Garrett Stewart with Keller Williams, excited to show you what has happened in the real estate market for December 2020 and also recap everything that happened in 2020. I'll try to keep it to the good stuff. I know a lot of crazy things happened in 2020, but we'll recap that as well and see what we did in our forecast at the beginning of the year of 2020, what we got right and what we got wrong. So let's take a look. As always, we start out with the median home price. We're just under $450,000 median home price we ended the year with, $449,600, down from our peak of $455,000. Taking a look at it on a 13-month scale, you can see we did go a lot higher than we did of 2019 in December. That was $393,000 last December versus $449,600 this December. So big jump, and we're going to go more in detail on some of that soon. And actually, just taking a quick look at that, you can see that the average homeowner that had a mortgage made $17,000 in equity in 2020. That's incredible. I applaud you all. That's amazing accomplishment for all of you homeowners out there that were able to get that. Also looking at here, $194,000. That's the current average equity of a mortgaged home. So those homeowners out there, they have $194,000 of equity in their home right now, average across the nation. Incredible. Also, over 38% of homeowners own their home free and clear. I love seeing this stuff, and that gives me more confidence. I hear people talk about some type of housing crash or bubble pop. This reassures me. These numbers are significantly higher and better than in 2008, which gives us more protection if anything were to change over the upcoming years. Also, 10.8%. Well, that's how much we've jumped an increase in equity, totaling over $1 trillion. That's right, $1 trillion with a T. In equity across the nation. So very great positive slide to end 2020 with. Let's take a look at maybe not the most exciting thing, but also average days of contract by month. You can see we did drop even more down to 31 days, meaning that it takes on average 31 days from the day you go on the market to the day you get an accepted offer. Now we're going to go more in detail about that on what and how quickly our market's moving, because it's moving very fast, as you can probably tell if you've been following my videos for a while. Looking at the active inventory in the market, or what very little active inventory we have in our market, along with our new listings and sales, you can see I'm going to have to adjust my graph because that 242 at the end here is starting to peak over the bar of the bar graph. So our inventory is just dwindling more and more every single month. Big drops. And so you can see as well, we did actually barely change for sold, very close to the same, and our new inventory dropped just slightly, which is normal for December. Not as many homes, what was going on, Christmas and a holiday season. So we do normally anticipate new listings to drop a little bit in the wintertime. I like to compare it year over year now. So December of 2019 versus December 2020, we sold slightly more. So we did actually put more listings on the market this year, 2020 versus 2019. But look at that inventory and that big dramatic change there. So we did lose a lot of inventory year over year, and so that's going to be our biggest challenge right now for 2021. Hopefully we get some homes on the market this spring. Taking a look at months of inventory, or should I say weeks of inventory, days of inventory, we went down to 0.4 months. That's under half a month. We're actually just under, I measured it out, it's about 12, 13 days of inventory on the market. So meaning that if we stopped listing homes today, it would take about 12 to 13 days for every single home to sell. So the homes are selling very quickly out there, and so if you are looking to buy, we need to get connected and create a strategy for 2021 and your home purchase. Splitting it up over the price ranges, These under sub $500,000, sub $600,000 price range are all very low, again, in the days or weeks range. Those 0.2 months, that's going to be on average about 6 days, which 6 days in this market is going to get you basically enough time for the home to go in the market, have some showings, get some negotiation done, and accept an offer. It's very quickly done, and in less than a week, most homes are selling in that price range, sometimes even in less than a day. This is a new slide for us. Normally this isn't something I pay attention to that much, just because it's over, if you look over the last 5 years, it's pretty much stayed pretty consistent, right around 98 to 99% of list price received. And what that means is, let's just say we listed your home for $100,000. Well, on average, it was selling for around $98,500 to $99,000. So if it's sticking right around there. Now, what this is, we hit a new record again. We surpassed the 100 percentile. So meaning that if you listed your home for $100,000 in December, on average, most homes were getting $100,000 and $200. So they were getting over asking on average across the entire Reno Sparks area, a first for our area. Now, again, we've talked about homes are selling very quickly, but if you go out there, start looking in certain price ranges, how many homes are available in these price ranges? Well, you can see not a lot. Actually, the biggest range is the $750,000 to $1 million price range with 44 homes. But if you're looking under $600,000, you're looking for around 30 homes or less on average. So not a whole lot out there. So we got to be quick on the draw for this. And my goal for my clients is to create some great strategies to get their home and get it accomplished for them. I always like to look at the new contracts by month. And what that does is that kind of almost starts to forecast what we're going to see over the next 1 to 2 months. Because as we've talked about before, it takes about 30 to 45 days for a home to get an accepted offer to close, if it has a mortgage at least. The cash ones can close pretty quickly in just a week or two. But taking a look at these, you can see 400 or about 400, just under 400 contracts written in December. Take a look, last December was 350. So we wrote about 50 more contracts in December with only 25% of our inventory that we had last December, which is just incredible. So market is moving still very quickly, and we're still writing deals up even in December. And well, we haven't had much of a winter so far, so hopefully we get some snow soon. I know the mountains need it. Always look at the national numbers, and you know what? They're not too far off of us. They're still dropping down to 2.3 months for November. So again, they always lag a month just to catch up with all the logging of numbers across the nation. But 2.3 months, it's dropping across there. Now, again, Reno and Sparks is a little bit higher demand right now. We have a lot of relocations here. So that's why we're seeing even less inventory available than across the nation. Taking a look at hyperlocal markets, we're going to start with Reno. And Reno hit a new record to end 2020 with a bang, apparently. It hit a new record. We crossed that $500,000 marker threshold. So it landed right there on the dot to end 2020, which was over a 4% increase, which is a lot, especially for December. You can also see, and you're going to see this, if you've been watching me for a while, you know the drill. We're continuing to see inventory drop in every single submarket here, and yeah, we're under 200 homes in Reno area. Taking a look at Sparks, it dropped just slightly, down a little over 1%. Inventory dropped almost 32%. Days to contract actually, while it has the green up arrow, that means that it was selling faster. So it's down to 29 days to contract now. Driving out east of Fernley, $305,000 median home price out there. So it is a little bit more affordable still. It's a great option for a lot of those that are wanting to get into the home ownership market. But look at that inventory, 22 homes, yes, 22 homes on the market in Fernley, down 57%. Now we're going to head south to Carson City, $386,000 median sales price for Carson City. 7% jump, that's a big jump for December. Inventory dropped almost 40%, and homes are selling even quicker now in 22 days. Now this one was a couple of things on this one I noticed for Minden and Gardnerville. $519,000 median home price. Look at that median days on market, 12. That's right, 12. That's less than 2 weeks that on average homes are sitting on the market in that area. There's only 50 homes available down there. So again, it's not just Reno, it's not just Sparks, it's all over Northern Nevada, and it's even across the country, but very strong, quick selling market here in Northern Nevada. And we always make sure to cover those condos and townhomes. Dropped just slightly, $273,731 median sales price. Inventory dropped there as well. We did see new listings bump up 15% though, so that's good news. We do need to see those listings numbers, and I really hope that we have a good spring selling market this year. We get those new listings in all of our markets to come on the market. I'm going to quickly touch on COVID and real estate real quickly. Taking a look here, I just wanted to show, we went into a recession in 2020, and I want to just reiterate that a recession does not mean a housing crisis. You can see, if you look at 2008 and over, you can see that most of them, 3 out of those 5, were actually homes gained equity. 2008 was caused because of the housing market, that recession. But look at 2020, we had a recession, and homes gained so far, they're still calculating numbers, but 7.3% equity for the market. So homes are gaining value even in a recession. So again, a recession does not mean a housing crisis. And so we actually beat all the previous recessions in the last 5 recessions. So great news there is even though we had a recession, homes still gained equity. Our mortgage rate projections. Now, these dropped just slightly over last year, but I just heard today from a lender that mortgage rate interest today, and I'm filming today on the 13th of January, and today was a record low, all-time low ever for interest rates. I am seeing numbers in the 2.2, 2.3 range now for those really good credit score earners out there, which is just just crazy. I just closed on my home just recently, and I got 2.75 interest rates, and I'm like, I thought that was great. Now I'm seeing them drop even more, and I'm not upset about it in any way. And I've heard some people are like wondering, should they get into it? It's a great time to purchase a home right now. You see these home prices do rise, but you actually make up for even more in terms of being able to afford more because of these interest rates. So take advantage of these interest rates. Let's get you shopping for a home in 2021. If that's your goal for 2021, give me a call. Let's create a strategy. Now, I wanted to spend a few minutes just to talk about 2020, what we got right. If you watched my forecast back in January of 2020, we did a forecast guessing what we're going to do. So just a few things I wanted to touch on. First one was what we got right. We said the biggest issue in the housing market we will face is inventory shortage. And boy, did we nail that one just right, because as you saw, and I just explained, our inventory is record low, historic levels. So that was definitely our biggest struggle. What else? Well, home sales are projected to grow in 2020. While we're still getting some final numbers for December, they look like they are going to outpace 2019. And that's with a pandemic that basically halted real estate sales for a month or month and a half. So we lost, if you look at the sales for March, end of March and April, you saw them plummet. We weren't showing homes right then. We weren't sure what was going on. So even with that, we did see numbers. It looks like it's going to outpace 2019. Now, we're not perfect. We get a few things wrong, and this one actually is in your favor. We expected mortgage rates to stay flat for 2020, and they did not stay flat. They dropped a bunch. So in your favor on this one, which is good news. Another one we got wrong was the home values were projected to appreciate what the average was. While they did appreciate, we got half right on there at least. It was just the amount. A lot of these were forecasters that we kind of look to give us some indication. We're guessing right around the 4% range or so on average. We almost doubled that, 8.4%. So that's what it looks like we're going to have our final numbers be. So definitely significantly more. And finally, I always do the forecast for the Reno Sparks area. And I had kind of looked at some past numbers and did some calculations to what I thought how it was going to work. And I had calculated we were going to end December 2020 with a $427,591 median home price. And as you saw, we were just under that $450,000 marker. So we were just about $20,000 off. So we were close in that we were right that it did increase, but to the extent that it increased, we increased even more. So for those homeowners out there, you got some more equity out of it. For those home buyers out there, we've got some great opportunity for 2021 for you. This is just a reminder that in just a few weeks, I'm going to be posting my forecast for 2021, and we'll see what would I get, what we get right for 2021. Hopefully, the outlook looks good, and you'll find out. So make sure if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you subscribe to watch out for that. And if you want to see any other videos, you can click them over here. I appreciate you guys for watching. Happy 2021. May it be a good one for you. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out. I'll put my contact information in the description box below. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.